McDermott International, a diversified energy services company with strengths in many disciplines. We integrate engineering and design, procurement, fabrication and manufacturing, erection and installation, to offer total project management. The resources and expertise needed to execute the full scope of a project, and long experience in tackling problems with innovative solutions. In 1995, McDermott International reorganized into 5 business units that apply our core skills in different arenas. An organization for improved performance and increased efficiency. An organization offering the most intelligent and competitive response to the needs of our global customers. The Babcock & Wilcox Power Generation Group, a name synonymous with power generation. The Babcock & Wilcox Government Group, with its legacy as a supplier of fuel and other components for nuclear-powered ships. The Engineering and Construction Group, designing and building facilities for onshore hydrocarbon processing, power generation, pulp and paper, and offshore oil and gas installation. The Shipbuilding and Industrial Group, supplying shipbuilding and industrial products and services, and research and development for McDermott and its customers. And J. Ray McDermott, one of the most familiar yet newest names in marine construction. Approximate revenues of these units for last year indicate their relative sizes. As now constituted, the Babcock & Wilcox Power Generation Group accounted for nearly 1/3 of company revenues in fiscal year 1995. The Power Generation Group continues to expand its international markets and to explore new technologies. With recent contracts totaling 3,500 megawatts in China, Israel, and Egypt, B&W continues to be a leader in international market share for utility boilers over 100 megawatts. Major ongoing projects include the 2,200 megawatt Taichung plant in Taiwan, an 1,800 megawatt addition to the Suralaya plant in Indonesia. The leader in replacement nuclear steam generators, B&W this year was awarded 8 new units for Commonwealth Edison in the United States, bringing B&W awards to 24 units since 1992. U.S. market potential is projected to be near 100 units over the next 10 years. To help U.S. customers comply with environmental regulations, B&W supplies wet scrubbers, advanced burners, and catalytic reduction systems for emissions of nitrogen oxides. And environmental concerns are opening new international markets as well. Our Power Systems Group continues to build, own, and operate turnkey facilities for power, waste to energy, pulp and paper, and general industry. The Power Generation Group's Diamond Power Specialty Company commands 45% of the combined worldwide market and 70% of the U.S. market for boiler cleaning equipment and services. The B&W Government Group contributed more than 10% of company revenues in fiscal 1995. The single supplier of reactor components for the U.S. Navy's nuclear fleet, the Government Group is working on components for a new aircraft carrier and the next generation of submarines. Working closely with government and commercial customers, the Government Group is developing sophisticated new products and technologies. Superconducting magnetic energy storage, electromagnetic acoustic transducers. The Government Group has also signed operations and maintenance contracts with the Idaho National Engineering Laboratory and the Rocky Flats Environmental Technology Site. The Engineering and Construction Group is made up of Hudson Engineering, Delta Catalytic Corporation, now 100% owned, Delta Hudson International, and the B&W Construction Company. Engineering and Construction is also responsible for managing major projects in Russia and Azerbaijan. Together, these companies contributed almost 20% of McDermott's fiscal 1995 revenues. We are currently providing engineering for the world's first spar production facility for Oryx Energy's development in 2,000 feet of water in the Gulf of Mexico. The engineering and construction group expects to grow. We were awarded the front-end engineering design for liquefied natural gas plants in Qatar and Trinidad, and are now bidding engineering, procurement, and construction contracts for those projects with Toyota Corporation of Japan. Recent completion of one of the world's largest and most advanced pulp mills puts Delta Catalytic in a strong position for upgrades in pulp and paper production capacity. Delta Catalytic's Canadian experience with gas processing plants helped it win a contract for front-end design of upstream gas treating facilities for a massive Middle East project, and qualified it to bid on construction. The Shipbuilding and Industrial Group, as now constituted, contributed about 5% to McDermott revenues in the fiscal year just passed. As part of this group, the Research and Development and Contract Research divisions research, improve, and test McDermott products and services and those of customers. The recently opened highly advanced Clean Environment Development Facility is developing the next generation of emission control equipment used during and after combustion, enhancing technologies to repower inefficient plants with a clean, recirculating fluidized bed boiler design. McDermott Shipbuilding Incorporated, with worldwide engineering, fabrication, and construction capacity, has the tools to be a player on a world scale. At 27,000 plus deadweight tons, this molten sulfur carrier is the first commercial U.S.-built ship of that size in 10 years. These double-hulled inland waterway fuel barges were built to meet the requirements of the Offshore Pollution Act of 1990. And this 420-passenger riverboat, the American Queen, is the largest passenger vessel built in the U.S. in nearly 40 years. Internationally, our new TNG joint venture offers shipbuilding and repair for vessels up to 80,000 deadweight tons in Veracruz, the largest port in Mexico. Our Hudson Products Corporation now supplies air-cooled heat exchangers for all of Shell Oil's U.S. projects, and recently was awarded a Vendor Excellence Award by Shell Canada. The recently completed merger of our marine construction operations with Offshore Pipelines Incorporated has created a new company, the largest fully integrated marine construction company in the world, J. Ray McDermott. J. Ray McDermott Marine Construction Operations accounted for approximately 35% of the company's fiscal 1995 revenues. The new company is focused on cost, efficiency, and operating competitively in all markets. We have already eliminated substantial duplicate cost by closing facilities, eliminating excess marine equipment, and reducing manpower. We're restructuring the successful McDermott ETPM joint venture, expanding into the Far East, the Mediterranean, and all of Africa. And we've entered into a results-oriented subsea alliance with BP and Golar Nord to undertake BP's high-profile Foinaven project. J. Ray McDermott projects in North America include deep water installation of a template at 2,100 feet and over 100 miles of connecting pipeline for Ensearch Corporation. Topside fabrication for the Mars tension leg platform and export pipeline using both J-lay and conventional S-lay technologies. Fabrication of the topside modules for the Shell Exxon Amoco Ram Powell TLP to be installed in 2,984 feet of water by the Haramac joint venture. Deck fabrication and installation of the Oryx spar platform in 1,900 feet of water. In Southeast Asia, several major projects included engineering, procurement, fabrication, and installation of offshore platforms and pipeline. And JRM booked a large non-traditional fabrication project as well. In the Middle East and in West Africa, the joining of OPI with McDermott ETPM makes J. Ray McDermott a leading competitor in that part of the world. Recent projects include fabrication and installation of a 7,200-ton deck, the largest ever built in the Middle East, for the Nikosa development off the coast of the Republic of Congo. This deck will be the biggest object ever transported through the Suez Canal. Also in Africa, we fabricated and installed a 4,500-ton jacket for Elf's Kobo project. Plus installed an 1,800-ton jacket, a 1,000-ton deck, and 20 miles of pipeline for the Pamby project. In the North Sea market, we will participate in the $750 million BP Foynhaven project in the North Atlantic frontier, west of the Shetland Islands, and provide design, procurement, fabrication, installation, and testing of the Shell, Teal, and Guillemot subsea and floating production development. For fuller participation in these and future projects, we converted the reel system on our MV Norlift to lay rigid steel as well as flexible small-diameter subsea pipeline. Added J-lay capability for waters to 1,000 meters deep, and added pipe production lines and other improvements at our Artesier yard. In large diameter pipe lay, JRM Semi-Submersible Lay Barge 200 will install some 1,200 miles of pipeline for Statoil in the largest pipeline contract ever awarded. The Hiramac joint venture, operating 4 of the largest marine construction vessels in the world, continues to provide heavy lift capacity in the North Sea and worldwide. McDermott International, a blend of abilities and global presence, engineering expertise that allows us to design, control, and execute a concept, and worldwide manufacturing locations that allow us to assemble projects of the highest quality at the best cost. Distinct advantages to our customers. McDermott International, making the right decisions now. Acquisitions, joint ventures, restructuring, predicated on demands of the next decade and beyond. A global leader in energy services and much more. McDermott International.